Good evening. Got a ranked battle in my gearing. Going over the matchmaking, triple battleship, Henry, gearing Shimakaze, and a radar Yu Yang. Getting this thing kicked off. Taking a look at kind of where my team spawned. Basically, just taking a look at the ship composition for the enemy. It's really light on radars. We've got a radar Minotaur to their radar Yu Yang. Um, so I mean, you're just gonna see me in this Minotaur bully C-cap. Um, so we're kind of coming up with the plan, and this commentary is more about teaching you how to play gearing to possibly one of its strongest strengths, and that is it's a ship that can let your team or help your team in so many different ways. You've got the best smokes in the game. You have, the ability to mount defensive fire. Um, with your just a regular AA build, you can get your AA out to 6 kilometers. Um, you can run speed boost and instead and do away with some of the gearing's famous lack of speed. Gearing is just she's a very flexible ship, probably one of the most flexible destroyers in my port, and I've probably spent more doubloons respecking her for different competitions over and over and over again than probably any of my other destroyers. I'm going to pause it here to give you guys an idea of basically what the game plan was. This Minotaur's pushing up because he knows we're only facing a radar Yu Yang. His radar outranges it. I'm basically just laying a smoke column right into C-cap. I'm gonna hug to the island here. Um, yes, I can be shot from here, from here. Uh, those are concerns, but with this Minotaur radar, it's going to zone that Yu Yang out pretty quickly. So what I'm looking to do here, I'm looking to try to get a puff of smoke, ideally up here, and I just got just a kind of a crap last puff of smoke. I really wanted that last puff of smoke to be out here to give me a spot to sit and shoot that Shimakaze if he poked this way, but that didn't happen, so I'm gonna just work with what I got. Now I got two battleships here. This is putting the pinch on. This Shimakaze is getting pressured from the back by these two battleships. Um, and with me in the front, it's a really dangerous position for him to be in. And I'm actually going to risk peeking out to try to spot this guy if he decides he's going to, you know, try to bail out of the cap. I think this is the Minotaur Hydro. For whatever reason, Shimakaze comes out, and we're gonna just go to work on this guy. And yeah, broadside to a Minotaur. Yeah, that's not pretty. Uh, Regarding these torps, um, you know, he kind of stacked both of them. I would have actually launched into this island, assuming that this Minotaur would have tried to seek cover because there's a couple battleships laying around that he wouldn't want to be out here in the open. I would instead try to deny this area to him. Um, so if I was, had to do those last ditch torps, that would have been my kind of my thoughts. Um, Coming up here, we got some deep water torps that, confirming where the Yu Yang is. And really, my plan is it's simple. I want to come around the island um, with smoke and radar and pick this Yu Yang up and just push him a bit. And I'm going to drop smoke for my Minotaur, try to keep him safe from getting blasted. And this is just gearing 101. Now I get radared here. It tells me right off the bat Minotaur can pop radar and counter detect him. Uh, See the Yu Yang pop up. That's telling me that the Minotaur is going to be shooting. So I go ahead, I pop smoke. And I'm not going to use this smoke for me. I'm just going to keep trying to lay this thing long. Try to give my Minotaur, potentially my battleships, as much room to work from that smoke as possible. Now this Yu Yang's actually playing pretty good. He's keeping a really hard to hit angle. The only thing that I would suggest that he do differently is kind of jockey his speed a little bit. He got to a point where he was, getting pretty easy to predict. Um, Now the hard part with that is I kept breaking his engine. I broke his engine twice there, so he runs a real risk of, if he slows down, gets his engine broke, uh, he's actually going to get inside my spotting range, and because he's radar, he has no way of escaping that outside of trying to run, and he can't outrun a gearing with his engine broke. So I'm just going to run this guy down. Some lovely dispersion there. Um, there's, I think there's still like a dispersion bug with from the last couple patches. I've noticed some real just weird volleys that I haven't really seen before. You gotta love that triple fire. If I didn't know any better, I'd say my Conqueror shot me. But this Yu Yang, I gave up a lot of HP just trying to make sure that I get this guy, that he doesn't get outside of my concealment range and is able to try to stealth up or get closer to his team. So um, I knew at the end of the day I would win. As soon as I started to get low HP, just turning and trying to kite away. Um, at that point, gearing is a pretty hard target for a Yu Yang to damage with the 21 millimeter side plating. Um, so not my best fight with a destroyer, but you know, I'm relatively rusty in gearing right now. I haven't really played her in actually probably a couple months, so my gunnery is also a little off. But my plan is get back up here, and I just want to get smoke right across B cap. Try to make this as difficult as possible to try to push. They're out of radar. This is a misplay. Gearing's a slow boat. I'm of no value to the team back here. This guy could easily slow down to half speed, let me by, and, you know, I'd be much closer to the cap now. So, that's something to be aware of. If you've got ships trying to support you, let them get where they need to go, because it's going to make your job easier. Our A cap's getting capped. Doesn't matter, we're picking up B cap. Now in my head, I'm counting down this Shimakaze smoke, and I know it's going to be down relatively soon. I know the game's winding down. Um, I don't want to risk, you know, this smoke burning off and this Minotaur getting hammered. So I'm just going to go ahead and instantly re-smoke him. You know, just basically lay this smoke and wrap it around up here. So it's just one big solid wall back in here that the enemy's not going to be able to do any spotting. And I'm going to come all the way up here and make sure that I overlap this smoke with this rock just to kind of seal all the gaps off. And just a nice smoke curtain for everybody back there. Um, they got planes up, and that's an issue that if the smoke started wearing off, Minotaur gets spotted for a second out of it, that Montana could wreck him. So just dropping torps on Montana, kind of checking to see where everybody's located, and there's going to be spotting here. If this game didn't end soon, I would be opening up my own guns. And there we go. This game ends. It's not high damage, but this sort of play style typically will net you a very high win rate. And you can see right there, this Minotaur was basically able to take advantage of everything that I was providing him, and he basically put in the work, and I just made his job a little easier. So gearing, the support role for the ship. I mean, there is going to be opportunities where you need to, damage farm and do what you need to do to get damage done, and the ship can do it. I'll see what I can do to get games like that. The games I had today, mostly everything was kind of running away, and I'm sticking with the 10.5 kilometer torps. I like the faster reload cycle to be torping smoke, and I mean I'm just not gonna get that many torp hits at 12, 13, 14 kilometers anyway. I'd much rather torp from inside 10 kilometers, so why not just get 10 kilometer torps and have the additional faster reload. So it's kind of my line of thought there. Not to mention the Fletcher torps hit substantially harder than the 16 kilometer gearing torps. Um, so here's gearing. The first probably a couple commentaries. I want to try to knock the rust off the ship, and I will post them when I get them. So hope you guys enjoyed this little intro to the supporting side of gearing. I know it's not flashy, it's not high damage numbers, um, but our Minotaur couldn't have played half as aggressive as he did without me there paving the way for him. So hope you guys enjoyed the commentary. If you got any questions or requests, leave them in the comments below, and I will talk to you later.